So, last time we talked about how to use template inheritance. But if you haven't watched last tutorial, please go ahead and check it out. Um, I will try to put a link into description below, and probably even card. But today we're going to leave Python a little bit. Not really. We're still going to use Python. Still going to use Python, but not primarily focused on this, because we're going to talk about primarily today. We're going to talk about Flask templating language, which is, drum roll please, Jinja. So Jinja is the templating language that Flask use. So let's talk about before we begin. Let me talk about delimiters. Delimiters. So I'm just gonna create a template. Let's call it Jinja.html. And then, by the way, I'm going to use template inheritance, which is basically, you can watch last video for details, but basically using keyword extend the name, and make sure you have all the block required, block title, and block, which is Jinja, block main, and block there. Alright, so now we're gonna talk about so there's technically three, but four blocks that you will see in Jinja. So one is a block that you're seeing right now. So it's like curly braces, percentage or signs on both sides, and then space on each, and then you can start typing your whatever. It's generally expressions, so you can usually it's like variable definition. Now we're gonna talk about this is like comments. This is multi-line comments, and then this is like, so this is like code. This is like code execution. So this is called statements. This is statements. So I'm gonna Control X, Control V to here. This is statements, and this is single line comments. And this is, and we also have this expression. So that's all the blocks, like format, we have. Now we will talk about, first we will review a little bit on expressions. So to use any of these two, so like statement or expressions, you generally need variable. So how could Jinja get a variable? Well, you generally assign variable from your Python file. So I can create a new route. Let's just call this Jinja. Define Jinja. Oh, I can't. Let me just define Jinja demo, because Jinja part is a function name. And then in here, what I'm gonna say is just return render template Jinja.html. Alright. So, now this template is going to be rendered. Let me just start this Flask app. So let me export Flask debug equals 1, Flask run. Let me get this start running. Let me go ahead, get a new window. Whoops, address already in use. Let me see. Probably there's other Flask app. Nope. Alright, so now it's actually a great time. So we're gonna talk about how to kill a server. Oh no, I gotta click on that. Kill a server. How to kill a server. Now we're going to say kill the server. Alright, so we're gonna copy this command. And then we're gonna replace 3000 with the port number, which is 5000. Alright, and then we can say kill PID. So kill dash. There's multiple ways to do it, but this probably is the way that actually works. Invalid. I didn't expect. See, I should prepare these or record the video. Make sure it's out this. Well, let's see now. Seven, 1, 2, 2. Let me take a look. Okay. Alright, there we go. That makes so much more sense. 9, 4, 3, 5, 6. Yeah, so it's not a placeholder. Alright, now if we try to Flask run, okay, no. Flask run again. And now we can see it successfully start running. So I probably will put that additionally to my blog. And now I'm gonna go here. And let's go to /Jinja. So you can see there's nothing pops up, no errors, which means good. And then if we go ahead inspect, you can see this huge chunk of space is empty. But like why there's huge chunk of space is because it's like these lines. So these lines still appear, but just didn't get executed. Alright, so that's a little bit about commenting. And then kill a server unexpectedly. Now we're going to talk about, so to run our variable. So to run a variable, we can say, let's just say name, because that is me. And now what we're going to do is to pass a variable, you're going to use kwarg. So what you can do is you can either pass a dict with to star in front of it, or just pass a variable, which I generally prefer. So I'm going to say comma name equals name. And now if I go back to Jinja, I don't need this. It's running really slow because it's so big. I don't know why it does that, but so now what we can do is let's just print out name. So your name is, let's try that. And now what you see, it's nicely bootstrap with your name variable. Now you can double check, see all the empty space gone because this code actually get executed, so overwritten all the empty space. And then notice that I use expression delimiter since it's just a variable. And next we're going to talk about conditions. So you can actually run a similar command similar to Python, which is a condition. You can run that in Jinja also. So what we can do in here is we can say, let's just give a number. Num, let's say 10. Just hit 10 and pass this num also. Alright. So I click on the option Z to solve on my Mac. So to solve wrap, so we don't have to scroll. And then what we can say is we're gonna use statement now, which is requires 2 curly braces, 2 percentage on both sides, and 2 space on both sides. Each side, yeah. So each one. So curly braces, percentage, space, your contents, space, percentage, and curly braces to close it. And now we can say if num, here's if num equals 10, and then we can say, okay, let's just say each one, let's say yay, the number is 10. Or otherwise, or we can use else, we can say each one, nope, number is not 10. And make sure that you, generally speaking, whenever you're doing an execute, you are using a statement block. You have to close it with and. Then with what execution you did, what statement you did. So this in this case it's if. And also you can use elif. So if I want to say elif, num is equals 5. You can also use other parameter as well. So you can say which one? Nope. The number is not 10 but 5. And now if we try to refresh the page, let's just keep refreshing. Don't know why. You can see, yeah, the number is 10 for now. Okay, gonna check that. Alright, gonna check that after I record this video. And now, if we change the value, let's just change it to 5. Refresh. Just do another refreshing. Yep, nope, the number is not 10 but 5. And now if we just give a 0 and refresh multiple times, we didn't get updated. And now you can see, nope, the number is not 10. I should say nor 5, but well, you can see the condition is working. And this is how you create a if statement or condition statements in Jinja. Alright, so that was pretty cool. We can also use loop in Jinja. So for example, I will create numbers. This is a list with value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I would like to see all of them in a UL or unordered list or a bulleted list. So I can do that. Well, in here what I can say is we can use for, right? Just like in Python, I can say for number in numbers, and let's go ahead and make sure we pass this. And just in case we forgot, just gonna end at 4 right now. And now we are going to put UL here. So this is going to be inside of the UL, because recall that a list working in HTML is by line item. Line item is what makes them really display content, but UL determine what kind of list are they. So I can just say here, okay, let's just say ly, and then we can say something like number. So we're gonna use curly braces because it's an expression, and recall this number. You just get the current numbers. We don't need to get in deep how stuff works underneath the hood, but Yes, so this just get the current number, and then if we try to refresh the page, and now you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 get print out. And then if I want to add an item, say 6, and now I can see 6 get added. You can also pass a dictionary. So for example, I'm gonna pass a dictionary. Let's just call it fruits. So I can say apple is red, banana is yellow, orange is orange. And now in Jinja, what we can do is we can also loop through this list. I just want to print out in a ordered, in a ordered list this time, so we use OL instead. And now we're gonna type here is similar for number in numbers, but no, not really. So what in here we're gonna type is I want to demonstrate how to actually loop through a dictionary with both key and value. So normally you can just get the key, but we can get key and value both in just the for loop definition. So because like for key value in fruits dot items. So items, I believe it's changed them to a list of tuples, which then we can get each number. Get both key and value. And for here, and then can use li. Let's say we're just gonna use value because it's a line item anyway. Actually, wait. We're gonna use key. I don't know what I'm thinking. So key is orange. And now make sure I have space. Now if you try to refresh this page, whoops, fruits is not defined. So since I didn't pass this parameter to here, if we pass it, refresh it again. Refresh it again. And now what you see is like order the list with like apple is red, banana is yellow, orange is orange. Alright. Lastly, we're going to talk about in Jinja is we're going to talk about how to create custom filters. So for example, I want to get the current date in Python and then return it to Jinja. Well, how can I do that? Well, the best way to do it is not actually with this, just using JavaScript. I want to demonstrate the custom filter. So what I can do is let's go ahead by creating a function. So since it's static, I'm just going to put it here. Def, actually to make everything organized, probably defined here. So I can say def date format value, and then format we can say this %. So this is a specific format that Python uses that's able to change it to like months -day -year format, and then I can just say return value dot stir, right? Yep, stir from time. And now, but if I open another Python terminal here, make it a little bit bigger. And now if I try to execute in an IPython environment, so now if I paste this comments here, and now if I try to say date format, and if I just say 05 18 2020, I don't even know today's date. Now I can see an attribute error saying stir object has no attribute stir from time. So don't worry about this. Don't worry about it because we're not going to use pure stir for this. What we will do is we're actually going to use a date time object. So to use datetime object, I can simply say from date from datetime. Import datetime. And then here what I can say is, let me just return date equals datetime dot now. So by default, this also gives us a timestamp, but don't worry about it. We're just gonna want date. That's when we're gonna use the custom filter. So we're gonna change this format to a readable format, such as in American date format, month, day, year. Alright, so but before you can use it, we need to register in Jinja. So you can type following command. By the way, if you have Flask installed, which you should be using, so you can use this from Jinja 2, import environment. Sure works. And now, if I try to say, we're gonna register this. So we can say environment filters. Let's just say, what's a function we did? Date format. You can say date format here. So what this does is it's effectively register this function into a Jinja environment variable, so to speak, and then we can use it. So how do we use it? Well, we can go here and let's go and create another h1 tag saying current time, and then here we will say time, but we will use a vertical bar, and here saying date format. So this is how environment variable works, and then this is going to take this as a parameter and then automatically change it to the date time format. If it's working, at least that's what it's supposed to be. And if we refresh, let's hope to say no errors. We did it. Jinja 2. Let me just do a quick Google search. So this should work. Okay, let's see. Dot Jinja Nyenv. Jinja filter. Bracket date format, let's say date format, which didn't define yet. Let's go register here. I don't know why this is not working. That's supposed to work. Time's not defined. Oh yes, date. It's not time. Okay, apparently the thing is working. Oh, there we go. Get it to work. I don't know why. Thank you, Stack Overflow. And then I will update it to my blog also. By the way, in my blog, I put some links, really useful links. I'm gonna put these two also. So, and I put spoiler, the programmer's best friend in there, which you're gonna check it out if you want to. It's available at devisme.blogspot.com. And then let me change the current date, which would make more sense. Anyway, so that's it. That will be all for this tutorial. Just a quick recap. We learned about some basic of Jinja, like for loop, if conditions, and some custom filters. We're not going to use custom filters a lot, but it's a great tool to know. And then, yes, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.